Hey, welcome everyone back to the channel. I'm Carlos, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. On this channel, we're learning how to and then implementing the skills that we've learned on how to make cartoons and films and even animated films. In this video, we're going to be talking about 6 different camera moves. There are more camera moves than just 6, but these are the 6 basic ones that will improve our filmmaking. Those camera moves are the dolly, boom, truck, pan, tilt, and roll. So since I'm usually the only one that's operating the cameras, I picked up this grip gear in hopes of trying to improve my videos. And so I'm gonna open this box and then we're gonna take a look at how this can help us improve our videos. So just to let you know, I bought this. I got this on Amazon for $130. And let's take a look at how this is going to help our filmmaking. But first, and welcome back. So before we get into this box, let's talk a little bit about the different camera moves. Generally speaking, there's about 7 basic camera moves, but the first one is a zoom. And since I don't have any big elaborate cameras with the big zoom lenses, I use my iPhone and these GoPros. To do a zoom on the iPhone, all you would do is when you're recording your video, you pinch in to zoom out, and then you pinch out to zoom in. You take your phone, you point it to where you want to zoom into, and then you zoom in, and you're basically just bringing attention to that thing that you're zooming in on. Now for the actual camera move. Since around here we're making art-related travel videos and all that good stuff, I'm gonna test this dolly with my real-world setup. So basically GoPro, iPhone, and such. I'm not going to go through a huge unboxing. I'm just going to open this up and show you guys real quick. If I open this up, here's an instruction manual and all of the bits and pieces. So this is the inside of the box. It comes with a remote control. It comes with this little power wheel. It's got like a little rubber end right there that catches grip, but it spins. More on that later. Got a couple of these things here. These will actually connect to the main piece, which is here. And you can run this thing on this track, or you can run it on the table by connecting all of these things to this guy. And we'll take a look at that. I don't know if we can do it on this video, but maybe one of the next videos. This is part of it too. Here's the little cart that the motor sits in, and then it rolls around like that. You also have the remote control. And what you do is you can push this little button here, turn it on. What I'm going to do is hit the plus button to pick up speed. And then I'm going to select a direction where to go. And there it goes, and I can again pick up speed. And then once it hits this little stopper thing, it should bounce right back, and now it's headed in the other direction. So this becomes super helpful for not just camera shots, but also like if you wanted to do a really cool time-lapse video, and maybe that'll happen in one of my next videos. Let's go outside. Okay, so I was gonna go outside and shoot some of my garden, but on my way out while I was collecting everything, I noticed that it was pretty close to 90 degrees outside and it's really hot. Not just that, but I found a couple models. That's going to help me describe to you guys the different camera moves, right? So the first one that we're going to talk about is a dolly move. And if this is my camera, a dolly move is basically when you take the entire camera and push in to a scene or out of a scene. Imagine having, say, your actor is walking through a hallway. You can either follow them or you can be in front of them and pull the camera out. And so moving the camera can help you tell a story. For example, I saw little Rick. There he is right there. There's little Rick. It was little Rick's birthday a couple days ago. He's all of 4 years old now, huh? You want to come up here? Come here. He's a good listener too. I can tell you all kinds of really cool stories about little tiny Rick, right? But the camera is super still. What if I clicked my button and then I started telling you about how the only reason Rick is as incredible as he is, come here, is because we have a big, huge hound right here. And now I am showing you guys how you can actually use a dolly move to show your puppies. Ta-da! Are you ready for your camera debut? No, you've actually done this before, huh? You're old. Give me a high five. Good boy. Now imagine instead of doing a dolly shot where the camera is going in and out of the scene, or a truck shot where we're going left and right, imagine the camera going up and down. This big Lucy, this is called a boom shot. This is also called a crane shot. Some people even call it a jib shot. So whenever I see a shot like this, usually it's kind of like an establishing shot. Like maybe the first scene that pops in my head would be like if there was a close-up of a tree and we're going up the tree and then we get to the top of the tree and then we're going to just ruin the scene and yeah, don't work with animals. So the shot is basically an establishing shot where the camera goes up over the trees and then you see that we're in the middle of a forest and maybe we see a cabin or a gingerbread house where witches cook kids or something like that. Let's move on to the next one. And the next shot that we're going to be taking a look at is the truck shot. Now the truck shot is a lot like the dolly shot. The dolly, we're bringing the camera and moving the camera into or out of our point of interest. The truck shot would look a little bit like this. So we can talk and I can show you, even though I'm going to continue to talk and try to tell you a story, I'm showing you different angles of the same exact room that we're in. And now you're able to take a look at my boy Rick here as he takes a nap. He's not interested in camera moves. He's interested in napping. A little bit of food. He doesn't eat a lot of food. So now watch this. This cool little thing, it hits the edge and then it comes right back. So now, as the camera moves back, now I come back into frame. And you'll see this a lot of different ways. Every time I hear the term truck shot, I always think of Raiders of the Lost Ark and all of the trucks that are racing around and all of the camera work that needs to be done off of the truck. The automobile or the vehicle with all the cameras on it will be moving alongside the truck, right? That's how I remember it. That one was simple. Let's take a look at the next one. What you're seeing now is what is called a pan. Not just a pan, but you're noticing that my dogs got incredibly tired of dealing with me. And so I came out here, the day has cooled off, it's on the other side of noon. And so I'm here showing off my garden and using a pan. When I think of a pan, I think of a lot of times like nature documentaries and stuff use this for maybe a time lapse or something like that. And as far as the director set that we have, the grip gear, what I had to do was take the little motor off of the track, flipped it over, and then took a cap thing that they have. I'll show you guys later, but I took the cap, clicked it on, and now instead of the wheels rolling back and forth like this, what it's doing with that little cap is it's taking those gears that move the motor and spinning it like this. So that's a pan. The camera stays still, but it rotates, and that way you're able to show off some of the environment and then stop at where I am, and I'm able to then talk to you about panning the camera. Okay, so very similar to the side-by-side pan, we have the tilt, and what we're doing is we are tilting the camera up and down. Just to let you guys know how I pulled this off with this director's kit is, at first I was shooting with my iPhone, but when you take the motor and tilt it sideways, I think the iPhone is just a little too heavy. So what I did was took the iPhone off, put the GoPro on, and then I clamped everything down to my tripod here. There is a little bit of a weight issue when you have the motor on its side doing this type of camera movement, but it seems to work. I'm able to show you guys almost the rest of my garden. I have some lemons and stuff over there, but these are my tomatoes. I have corn right there, watermelon, carrots, strawberries. Take a look at one of my watermelons. This is really cool. It's the first time I ever grown watermelons, and they seem to be coming in. Cool. So that is the tilt. Last one we have is coming up right now. The last camera move that we have is called a camera roll. I'm not 100% sure why people would use a camera roll, obviously for some energy and stuff like that, but let's take a look. My little apparatus thingy is a little too slow for a proper camera roll, but let's see what happens. And there you go. We did 6 basic camera moves using our grip gear director's set. Again, I got this for 130 bucks. It seemed to do all of the flat stuff pretty well. But when we got to the tilting part, you know, like in here, you see the little gears in here, like that's one of the sprockets that actually makes the movement happen. It's made out of plastic and it's pretty small, but for the most part, if this thing is tracking back and forth like this, it works wonderfully. If we added the little cap, let me show you. I remember saying I was going to show you guys that. If you take this and clip it in here, it turns into, it works like that, right? So then this is the part that was spinning around this way, or if you tilt it like this, you can do the camera tilt like this. So that's why it wasn't really being able to handle the iPhone, the weight of the iPhone too well. But again, when I had this on a track, or even I'll play with the little cart here, and I'll show you guys that in another video. But if I had it on the track and it was moving back and forth like this, or even the up and down, the boom shot, that worked really well. So for 130 bucks, this is not bad. It's probably one of the cheapest friends I've ever owned. I don't own friends. One of the cheapest friends I've ever had to deal with. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm kind of glad I spent the money on it. It'll be fun to see how that improves my video making. And just real quick as a refresher, the 6 camera movements that we did, there was the dolly. That's the first one where we were pushing the camera in and out, right? There was the, what else did we do? The truck, which was the side by side. And then we did the boom or the jib or even the crane shot was the up and down. We did the pan, which was just rotating the camera this way. We did the tilt, which was rotating the camera this way. And then again, the roll, which the camera was doing this. This thing, I had it at top speed and the roll wasn't quite as fast or as dramatic as some of you guys probably would want. But for 130 bucks, we got 5 out of the 6 done. That's it for me. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you know anyone that's looking to get into filmmaking and just looking for tips and tricks on how to do mobile filmmaking and all that good stuff, send this video on over to them. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps. It helps all of us content makers. So go ahead and subscribe and tell your friends. I'm trying to come out with content every week. And all of it is we're all learning, and then we're making, and then we repeat. Learn, make, repeat. And that's how we do it here. All right, guys, I hope you are well. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe. Take care of yourself. I know things are a little crazy out there, but you know, just keep checking in with me. We're gonna learn, and when all this stuff, all this chaos is done, we're gonna go out and we're gonna just make all kinds of wonderful content. All right? I'll see you in the next one.